Well, hello, Daniel Gallen. It's good to see you, my podcast buddy. It's Penn State's first day of spring practice. Daniel Gallen, Bob Flounders. We just talked to James Franklin. Had a noon presser. We're going to hear from Sandy Barber a little later and then get to watch some practice. But Daniel, James spoke with us probably for about 40-45 minutes. He was asked about the quarterbacks like we thought he would be. I thought the answer towards the end of the press conference was a little illuminating. I don't know that the fans are going to like what he had to say, but I think it's not that surprising.
No, yeah, I mean, I think that we heard what we were kind of expecting from James today in regard to the quarterback position. There's going to be competition there, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be the type of competition people were expecting. But he does expect to be able to, let Christian Veilleux work with the ones, have the opportunity for Aller and Pregula to work with the 2s and 3s, rotate guys through. And I think that when we get to September with Purdue, it's going to be Sean Clifford.
Yeah, and he was asked by Ben Jones of StateCollege.com, what are the chances? Fans are going to be talking about it. James said, I get that, can't control it. We're only going to focus on what we can control. But he said, is there a chance? Probably not. There probably isn't a chance of one of those guys just blowing away the coaching staff, which is essentially James Franklin and Mike Yurcich, and prompting them to say, you know what, we got to look long and hard at the starting quarterback job. Look, Sean's going to be 24 in July. This will be his 4th year as starter. If he's healthy, it's his job to open the year. But things can change. Things changed last year. Everyone thought Taquan Roberson was going to be, the backup, and he was going to play a little bit more. And not only did that not happen, he's no longer here at Penn State. It is Christian Veilleux. They have Drew Aller, and they have Bo Pregula. But it's just any fans who are hoping for a really, really big announcement at the end of spring, they're going to be a little bit disappointed. But there was other news, Daniel. What else jumped out to you?
Definitely the offensive line. I think that was your question.
It was my question.
And we got a little bit of a 2-deep from James Franklin. I brought it out with me.
I memorized the 1-deep, but not the 2-deep.
Go ahead.
No.
With the starters.
So left to right. He gave us a left to right, too. Left tackle, Olu Fashanu. Left guard, up to 330 pounds. He's a giant. I think they were thinking about moving the guard. Landon Tringwall is left guard. G. Scruggs is going to be the center. Salim Worley, who we thought maybe wasn't quite healthy when we saw him during the weight training thing a couple weeks ago. He is going to be the guy at the start at right guard. Caden Wallace. James said he can play right tackle or left. I think he's strictly a right tackle. And after that, Daniel, he gave us a 2-deep on the offensive line, which is almost unheard of as he enters his ninth year at Penn State. But take it away.
For the backup offensive line going into camp, Jimmy Christ at left tackle.
Yeah.
He made his debut in that Rutgers game. Got some reps. I'm blanking on the left guard. I wrote down Wilson, which was Eric Wilson last year. Not it. Nick Dawkins at center.
You were so proud of that 2-deep, and he just kind of went right out the window. It's okay, man.
Not my best work. Israel, it's spring practice for all of us.
That's okay.
Israel Achumba and Alex Furmanek, the converted defensive tackle at right guard, and then Ibrahim Traore at right tackle. I think the two things that stood out to me, no Bryce Effner on that 2-deep. He was kind of the 6th offensive lineman last year.
Good pull.
He was injured, I believe, at the bowl game.
Yeah.
Didn't play, so that could be something that's lingering. And then I thought it was interesting, kind of like what you said, Sal Wormley at right guard. That was the one that really stood out to me in terms of what we heard last year. He could have been in line for that left guard spot, or at least competing for it. Looks like he'll get the shot at right guard.
A couple other notes, Daniel. It looks like it's down to Kobe King, the redshirt freshman, and Tyler Elston at the middle linebacker spot. I think that was always going to be the expectation. I think my money might be on Kobe King. One other note, that Zane Durant, the January enrollee who drew some praise, looks very big already. James Franklin trotted out the old Kevin Givens comparison. He impressed James very early in his Penn State career. He maybe the most tallest guy, Kevin Givens. He's playing in the NFL with the Niners. Explosive guy, physically ready to go. Sounds like Zane Durant is a guy that early in his career can help Penn State.
Definitely. I think he was listed at 6'1", 260 coming in. James Franklin has said that he's put on some weight. He's kind of, a smaller, more explosive type of interior lineman. And, we've talked about that position before where when you bring guys in the trenches, year 2, year 3 is when you really expect to see them. The fact that Zane Durant is getting this kind of attention, this kind of praise early, maybe he can work his way into the rotation with a strong spring.
Daniel, are you concerned at all that there are currently 3 number 9s on the roster, including 2 number 9s at quarterback, Bo Prabula and Christian Vehu? Joey Porter is safe. He's a starter. I think there's going to be some kind of battle to the death or near death between the quarterbacks, because I don't see a scenario where they're both going to be wearing number 9, even if it's just on the sideline.
That's going to be a big storyline to watch this spring, Bob, and I'm sure you and Joe Herman will be all over it.
All right, that's it for now.